Hi, this is Asing. You are now watching Asing Math TV. To determine the inverse of this function, recall that for any function f, if we substitute the inverse, we should obtain x itself. So we replace x with inverse and we obtain minus 4 minus 1 over 2 times square root of 16 minus inverse minus 3, the whole thing squared is equal to what we have here is x. So what we have to do next is to rearrange the equation. We bring minus 4 to the right hand side. When we change the side, remember to change the sign. So minus 2 plus, and we have negative 1 over 2 square root of 60 minus f inverse x minus 3 the whole thing squared. Next is to remove negative 1 over 2, which means that we times the whole equation by negative 2. So we have minus 2 times x plus 4 on the right hand side, negative, negative, positive. 1 over 2 times 2 is 1. 1 times anything, we get back the same thing. So we have 16 minus f inverse x minus 3 squared. Next is to remove square root. So in other words, we square both sides. So we have 16 minus inverse x minus 3 squared is equal to square of negative positive square of 2, 4. X plus 4 squared. So we rearrange the equation again. Positive move over become negative. X plus 4 squared, negative move over positive. F inverse x minus 3 whole thing squared. Now we should remove square. So we anti-square becomes square root. When we take anti-square, in other words square root, we should take also plus minus. So we have 16 and 4 common factor, which is 4. So we can factorize 4. So 4 times 4 is 16. Minus 4 times 1. So x plus 4 squared. And we move minus 3 to the right hand side. Minus move over plus. Square root of 4, 2. 4 minus x plus 4 squared. So in other words, f inverse x is equal to 3 plus minus 2 times square root of 4 minus x plus 4 squared. We shouldn't stop here because we have to determine the domain of this inverse function. Otherwise, this is actually an ellipse. If we answer and stop here, then our answer is incomplete because this is ellipse. But this is just part of the ellipse. So we have to determine the domain. We can first make use of this function. We know that for any function, any real number values, square root of any real values must be positive in order for the function to be defined. So which means that 4 minus x plus 4 squared must be at least 0. So minus move over, then we have to turn the sign. So more than become less than. So x plus 4 squared is less than 4. Since it's less than, when we take square root plus minus, then it's supposed to be from negative 2 to positive 2. X plus 4. So plus 4, we minus 4 for the entire part. So minus 2 minus 4 minus 6. 2 minus 4 minus 2. We cannot take this as the domain of the inverse function because we have to bear in mind that according to the properties of function, the domain of the inverse function is equal to the range of the function. So we can take and check for the range of this function. We can see that f(x) is equal to minus 4 minus 1 over 2. Again, for any real number of x, in order for the function to be defined, this part must be always positive. So if, let's say, we have positive times negative, then this will be a negative value. For any negative value, we minus a value, then the value will be getting smaller and smaller. So which means that this is the maximum value of the range. So fx is bounded by negative 4 and some value of negative. This is not important because, as we can see, we already determined the common range. Since this is upper bound of negative 4, so we shouldn't take this one, but we have to take negative 4. In other words, for the function f inverse x, which is equal to 3 plus minus 2 square root of 4 minus x plus 4 square, the range of x, in other words, the domain of the inverse function should be from negative 6 to negative 4, and hence we're done. Okay, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you like this. See you.